My name's Jason. I'm here because I believe in a socialist future for humankind, and that requires standing up against tyranny and oppression, which the Syrian people have done now for 5 years, and they've been assaulted by barrel bombs, phosphorus, chemical attacks, and forced displacement deals, aside from the Neoliberal Starve policy. So much of the socialists and leftists, or what they claim to be, are supporting this because they say the U.S. is backing it. That should be clear to everyone that it's not true anymore. The U.S. is trying to strangle the Syrian revolution. Obama wants to work with Putin. Putin's going on his own, but Obama wants to work with him to bomb the Syrians. And it's a terrible, terrible crime that we have to stand up and say no to.
Oh, I am a revolutionary socialist. I believe that the fight for human rights has to be a fight for socialism, not phony socialism like the Ba'ath Party, so-called Arab Socialist Renaissance Party of al-Assad, not the Stalinists in Russia, real socialism. I think that this is the way, a socialist revolution is the way to win human rights. And anybody that is fighting for their human rights, and we can figure it out. It's not so difficult to figure out who's fighting for human rights, who's fighting against. The people that are fighting for, whatever their point of view, whatever their ideology, I have to support that fight.
There's 70,000 Syrian refugees who are trapped on the border with Jordan. They're stuck between the sand berms marking the Jordanian border and the Syrian border. Jordan won't let them in. They're facing hostile gunmen on either side. Hostile soldiers on the Jordanian side, hostile soldiers on the Syrian side. They're receiving no aid. They're in a completely untenable situation. The world is barely even paying any note of this. What I find extremely frustrating and painful is that most of the traditional anti-war voices in this country, in the United States, are simply flat on the wrong side in Syria. They're rooting for Assad and they're rooting for Putin. I mean, just the other day, somebody, we don't know who, somebody actually dropped a banner off of the Manhattan Bridge with Putin's face saying peacemaker, while he is committing horrific war crimes in Syria day by day by day and getting away with it. I mean, it was about a year ago that the U.S. bombed the hospital in Kunduz, Afghanistan, and there was a great deal of global outcry over this as well. There should have been. But Russia and Assad have been waging an intentional campaign of bombing hospitals. Something like, they're literally targeting every hospital in rebel-held territory in Syria. At a certain point, when the crimes become this ghastly and pose this much of a danger to quote-unquote world peace, such as it continues to exist, then, the argument that the crime isn't being done with our tax dollars has its limits. You have a responsibility to protest it, not merely as a U.S. citizen, but as a global citizen. As a member of the global human family, you have a responsibility to protest it.